Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Today we're tackling something that can be a real head scratcher for Arabic learners.
Yeah, definiteness and indefiniteness.
Exactly. It's one of those things that seems simple at first,
Right, you think, oh, it's just like the and a in English.
but then you start digging into it
And you realize there's a whole lot more going on under the surface, especially with Arabic.
and especially when you're trying to breeze through those 10,000 pronunciator phrases.
Yeah, those can be a challenge.
So are you ready to demystify these concepts?
Absolutely. Let's break it down.
Awesome. Now, our sources point out that the definite article al can be a major stumbling block. What's the deal with that?
Well, think of it like this. In English, when we say the, we're talking about something specific, right?
It's something we both already know about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And al does the same thing in Arabic. It's like saying, hey, we're talking about this particular thing, not just any old thing.
So it's like a little spotlight on a specific noun.
Exactly. If we were talking about a specific book we both know, like our favorite Arabic grammar book, we wouldn't just say kitab. We'd say al-kitab, the book.
Got it. Al means we're all on the same page. Literally. But what about tanwin? Those double vowel sounds always throw me off. They're kind of the opposite of al, right?
Yeah, you can think of it that way. Tanwin is how we express indefiniteness in Arabic. It's like saying or an in English.
But there's a catch, isn't there?
Always a catch with Arabic grammar. The tanwin ending actually changes depending on the grammatical role of the noun in the sentence.
Wait, seriously? So it's not just a random sound you tack on?
Nope, not random at all. There are 3 variations, un, in, and on, each with its own specific grammatical function.
Wow, so tanwin is like a secret code.
It is. It's like tanwin has its own secret handshake for each grammatical case. For instance, if the noun's the subject of the sentence, you'd use un, but if it's the object...
You had to switch it up.
Exactly. Then you'd use in, and if the noun comes after a preposition, well, then it's en time.
That's amazing. So these little endings completely change the meaning of the word.
They really do. Think about it. They add a whole extra layer of meaning to the sentence.
Our source used the word book to illustrate this point. I thought it was a brilliant example
It's a classic for a reason.
because kitab on its own just means book, any book.
Right, just the general concept of a book.
But slap an owl on there and boom, al kitab, we know exactly which book we're talking about.
And then you add tanwan, let's say for this example, and you get kitabun, a book, but not any particular one.
Mind blown. So basically, just memorizing phrases isn't enough if you want to really master Arabic, right?
You got it. You got to understand the grammar behind those phrases, and that's where definiteness and indefiniteness come in.
And this is super important for anyone using a program like Pronunciator.
Oh, absolutely. Think about those 10,000 phrases they have.
If you can nail down al and tanwin, you're not just parroting phrases.
You're actually starting to grasp the nuances of the language. It's like you're eavesdropping on a conversation between 2 native Arabic speakers and understanding everything.
That's incredible. So are you saying that mastering this concept of definiteness and indefiniteness can actually make those pronunciator lessons more effective?
100%. It's like unlocking a cheat code for learning Arabic.
Because once you get this, suddenly all those phrases start to make so much more sense.
Exactly. And it goes way beyond pronunciator, too. Imagine you're reading an Arabic news article or chatting with a friend from Egypt.
You'll be able to follow the conversation so much better.
And pick up on all those subtle shades of meaning that you might have missed before.
That's awesome. So the big takeaway here is that mastering al and those clever little tanwin endings won't just make your Arabic grammatically correct.
It will make it sound more natural, more fluent, more like you're actually thinking in Arabic.
That's fantastic. Now, before we wrap up, I have one final thought to leave our listeners with. We've been talking about how Arabic uses al and tanwin to express definiteness and indefiniteness.
It's a system that seems pretty foreign to English speakers at first.
But here's the thing. We use the and a all the time in English without even thinking about it. Do you think maybe, just maybe, Arabic speakers with their system of al and tanwin view the world a little differently than we do?
That's a really interesting question. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Does language shape our perception of reality?
Something to ponder. It gives a whole new meaning to lost in translation, doesn't it?
It really does.
Well, on that note, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Until next time,
Maha salama.
maha salama.